Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City dancers.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
They've got Porzingis. Aflalo is out there with Calderon. Then it's Anthony, and it's Lopez in the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Trailblazers trailed by 8. Here's McCollum. Drains the jumper to finish the break. McCollum's got 7 points in the game. Calderon passes to Aflalo. Here's Porzingis, 16 feet away, and the Knicks miss again.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses. 3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half. Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout there.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. And Derek Williams subbed in for Porzingis. Here's Anthony. And that one is stuffed right through.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Lazy defense there, though, fellas. Somebody's got to be willing to put their body on the line and try to impede his path there. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
McCollum kicks to Plumlee. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Here's Williams. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing. I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
New York leading by 3. Ahead. Here's Anthony.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Inside. Here's Aminu. Powered down with both hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Follow, kicks to Rote. Plumlee with some nice D.
Now, another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Now here's Roten, covered by Lillard. It's Williams with the drive. And there's the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And he slams it one-handed.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Knicks out front, up by 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Portland trailing here. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. You've got Allen Crabbe. Davis is out there with Myers Leonard. Then there's Brian Roberts. And it's Henderson in at the 3, the small forward. And Roberts kicks to Leonard. That puts them in the lead. Leonard's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Portland. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. It's been a hard-fought game, and he just wanted to give his guys a chance to catch their breath, saying, listen, we're right there. Let's make a push right here, put some pressure on them. Let's come out swinging. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Calderon kicks to Thomas. Back to Calderon. Shot on the wing. And right on target. Good. And the Knicks lead by 1.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Lopez with the steal. To the middle. Here's Porzingis.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Calderon dishes to Roten. Right side, Thomas. Feeds it to Lopez. Davis with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Knicks. Flalo comes in for Tony Rote. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Anthony. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries. Trailblazers trailed by 3. And Roberts kicks to Anderson. Here's Davis. The feed to Roberts. Davis sets a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Crabbe. That's short off the rim. Finishes the White with a slam.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Now a timeout called by Portland. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Here's Harkless. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
So he gets them both. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him. Anthony on the wing. Shoots the 3. And it's Anthony again missing. Trailblazers trail by 3. And Lillard kicks to Plumlee. Lillard attacking. And now Calderon pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New York.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space. In transition, every opportunity.
Here's Anthony. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness, I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
Lillard attacking. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to 5 there, thanks to the basket from McCollum. New York calls timeout. They're ahead by 5. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Goes up off the inbound. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Calderon passes to Porzingis. No good. And the Trailblazers going the other way.
It's going to take something special for them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.